Have you ever witnessed this? Your usually stoic, feline philosopher suddenly transforms into a furry rocket, tearing through the house with wide eyes, let out a series of, let's call them expressive yowls. In those moments, many cat parents feel the urge to either call an exorcist or reach for a broom to calm the midnight Zoomies. But wait, it's very possible your cat isn't just being a chaotic little spirit. They might be trying to communicate a problem that we don't usually talk about in polite company, but one that is causing them genuine distress. Today, we are going to look into the most private corners of a cat's life and understand why the litter box sometimes becomes a zone of high stress instead of a place of relief. Hello, fellow cat lovers. I'm so glad you've joined us today. We're here to get one step closer to truly speaking cat. Our topic today is a serious one, and admittedly, a bit uncomfortable. Constipation. We often dismiss a cat's strange behavior as just their personality or a passing mood, but the truth is, digestive health is the very foundation of your cat's mood, longevity, and overall well-being. When a cat can't go to the bathroom, it isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a silent SOS. Let's dive deep together into why these blockages happen and how we can help our feline friends feel like their light, graceful selves again. Before we ring the alarm bells, let's define what normal actually looks like. Every cat is a unique masterpiece of biology. On average, a healthy cat visits the litter box anywhere from twice a day to once every 2 days. This frequency depends on their age, their metabolism, and of course, what was on the menu last night. If your active little hunter usually has a morning routine, but has suddenly gone off the grid for 3 days, that is your cue to pay attention. It's also important to look at the messages left behind. If the stool is dry, hard, and resembles small pebbles, it's a clear sign that the body is desperately lacking moisture. Think of your cat like a high-end Swiss watch. The mechanism is incredibly precise, but it requires the right lubrication. If the gears start grinding, it's time to look under the hood before a major breakdown occurs. Make it a habit to do a quick litter box inspection every couple of days. It's the most honest health report you'll ever get. So, why does the system stall? Let's look at the usual suspects, and the first on the list is always the diet. A cat's digestion is like a complex chemical plant where everything must be perfectly balanced. If you feed your pet exclusively on plain meat or a budget kibble that has less fiber than a piece of cardboard, the plant starts running at a loss. Meat is processed almost entirely by the body, leaving very little volume for the intestines to actually move along. On the flip side, low-quality dry food can sit in the gut like a heavy weight if there isn't enough moisture to break it down. Imagine eating nothing but dry crackers for a week and completely forgetting to drink water. That is exactly how a cat's colon feels on an improper diet. Check your cat's food labels. Look for fiber and moisture. Fiber acts like a broom, sweeping everything through the long, winding corridors of the digestive tract. However, food is only half the story. There's another vital piece of the puzzle: movement. Modern indoor cats often transition into living room statues. But physical activity is what naturally stimulates the movement of the intestines, what scientists call peristalsis. When a cat jumps, runs, and performs those mid-air acrobatics, their core muscles provide a gentle, natural massage to their internal organs. This encourages the gut to contract and push its contents toward the exit. Have you ever noticed how, after a vigorous session with a feather wand, your cat often heads straight for the litter box? That's not a coincidence, it's biology in action. If your cat thinks their only job is to look pretty on the sofa, it's time to remind them of their wild ancestors. Just 15 minutes of active play a day can be a game changer for their digestive health. Sometimes, the cause lies in the cat's own beauty, specifically their legendary cleanliness. Cats are hygiene enthusiasts, often spending half their waking hours grooming. But this elegance comes with a price. Every time they lick themselves, they swallow tiny hooks of fur. In long-haired breeds like Persians or Maine Coons, these can weave together in the stomach and intestines into trichobosaurs, essentially felt boots made of fur. These clumps can block the intestinal path entirely. It's like a clogged drain in your sink. No matter how much water you pour in, nothing moves until the blockage is cleared. If you have a fluffy companion, hairball prevention paste and regular brushing should be a sacred ritual in your home, especially during shedding season. Unfortunately, there are also invisible enemies. Even if your cat has never stepped foot outside and only knows the wild from watching birds through a window, they aren't 100% safe from parasites. We often unwittingly bring hitchhikers like parasite eggs into our homes on the soles of our shoes. These uninvited guests can cause inflammation or even physically block the intestines if the infestation is heavy. If your cat is eating for two, has a great appetite, but is losing weight and struggling to use the litter box, this is a classic red flag. Don't let your cat share their breakfast with someone you didn't invite. Regular preventative care every few months is a rule that keeps both the cat and the household healthy. But biology isn't the whole story. Our cats are incredibly sensitive, emotional beings. Sometimes a blockage isn't in the body, but in the mind. Cats are the ultimate traditionalists. They love routine. Any change in the decor, a move to a new house, a renovation, a new pet, or even a loud, scary vacuum cleaner, can send them into a state of high stress. In response, the body produces stress hormones that slow down non-essential functions, including digestion. A cat might also develop a litter box aversion if their box is in a noisy area or if they were once startled while using it. Ensure your cat has absolute privacy. The litter box should be a quiet harbor, a safe space for their most vulnerable moments. A calm cat is a cat with a healthy, working gut. It is crucial to know where the line is between a sluggish gut and a true emergency. Please remember this. If your cat hasn't used the box in more than 3 days, if they are lethargic, refusing food, or vomiting, the time for home remedies has passed. This could be an intestinal obstruction, which can be life-threatening without a vet's help. Trying to fix this at home is like trying to repair a high-end computer with a hammer. You risk doing more harm than good. Only a veterinarian, with the help of an ultrasound or X-ray, can see the real picture. Whether it's a hairball, a swallowed toy, or a more serious underlying condition, professional diagnosis is key. It is always better to have a false alarm at the clinic than to be a day too late. And since we're talking about helping, let's set some safety rules. First and foremost, human laxatives are strictly forbidden for cats. Our medications are designed for a 150-pound human, not a 10-pound feline. The dosage and chemical triggers can be toxic to them. Also avoid homemade enemas. Without professional training, you risk causing serious internal injury or extreme trauma. If the problem is mild, you can try adding a little bit of fiber to their diet, a teaspoon of plain canned pumpkin, not the pie mix, or steamed mashed carrots can work wonders, and check their water source. Cats are famously picky about water. It has to be ice cold and perfectly fresh. Often, a pet water fountain solves constipation issues overnight, simply because the cat is finally staying hydrated. To wrap things up, constipation in cats is a serious matter, but it's not a reason to panic if you act with awareness and love. Watch your pet closely, play with them, feed them high-quality food, and never underestimate the power of fresh water. Your attention is the best insurance policy your cat could ever have. When your cat starts doing their happy laps around the house again, not out of pain but out of pure feline joy, you'll know you've done everything right. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever dealt with this delicate issue with your own cats? How did you realize they needed help? And what worked best for your furry friend? We read every single one of your stories. They help other cat parents feel less alone and more informed. If this video was helpful, please give us a paws up and hit that like button. It really helps our channel reach more people who want to help their pets. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming episodes on all things feline. Take care of your little ones, and may your home always be filled with the sound of happy purring. See you in the next one.